Hey collectors, Anthony from HNE here, and today we are going to check out Transformers Legacy N Rule Diaclone Twist. This mold was previously released in short print during Prime Wars, and this time it is being released in its Diaclone colors. When we get back, we will drill down into this bot's conversion. So on your left, you have the Transformers Legacy N Rule Impactor, and on your right, of course, is Twist from the same collection. And before we look at these guys, let's take a look at the box it came in. Now, I've noticed that when Amazon does shipping, they kind of just leave it in the Hasbro box, which I assume is specially made because typically when you go to a store, Hasbro does cases. So this is obviously meant to be shipped. And as you can see, it is just a simple gray box. So let's take a look at what's inside. And so inside the that's one of those old knockoffs. Oh, there we go. Huh, looks nothing like him. Anyway, for real though. And you see it has this nice front end art here of him. If you see all the boxes together, he's jumping over or falling from, so that's like maybe Whirl or something, on past a statue of some type. Of course, the side has the normal Legacy stuff, and the back has the instructions. Of course, he is the headmaster. And if we open up the box, oh, I broke it. So they did this weird thing with the piece of cardboard, as you can see in here. They had it strapped around him. I'm not quite sure why it's so in there, but oh well. So a lot more reducing of the cardboard, as it were, to fit him in here, because his feet were in here, his top were in that piece, and they used a piece of tape here and a piece of tape in there to hold it all together. I guess that's an interesting alternative. But also, of course, comes the handle of the hammer, the instructions, and the don't hurt yourself paper. So don't hurt yourself. So comparing these figures, first off, I want to mention that he is in a scale with what was the Prime Wars series. But despite that, the Legacy scale is maintained pretty well. There's really very little height difference. I mean, a little bit at the shoulders, but he got a lot of sticking up kibble here. And they're not like comparable. I don't have the original Twist. I would love to have like a Topspin and a Misfire, but you know, I missed out on those. Those were short print, late in the series. Things that kind of just threw out there, but comparatively, yeah, about the same height generally. Now he comes with these guns here that join together. Oh, we'll be talking about those knees in a sec. They come together like this to make some type of double cannon or quadruple cannon, I guess. So that's pretty nifty because he has this 5mm peg on the top. But when it's like this in waffle form, it's kind of like weird. It's just weird. Anyway, so Headmaster comes off, does the normal Headmaster thing, has little arms. Did I turn the head the wrong way? Yeah, I did. So little arms. Yeah, so normal Headmaster gimmick, nothing too fancy there. We're going to keep him like this because we're going to put him in the cockpit eventually. QC issues. Really only one, and it's just with his knees. They do this, and that makes me sad. But I mean, otherwise, if you can get him standing up, he's fine. He's fine standing up. Even though he got a lot of back kibble, it's not RC bad, so it's fine. And I say this like, oh god, okay, so much back kibble. Anyway, so the transformation isn't too complicated. There's this weird torso thing he does. It's a whole thing. And if you look here, there is these clips. I'll move his arms out of the way. These clips here that hold his waist. And in both modes, the clips clip onto something. and they detach doing this, kind of like Impactor. But once you do that, you can flip it around here, and you just basically reclip it into the slots here. And I don't know, mine doesn't want to clip in all the time, but once it does, you can hear a nice click. Cannon comes out, cockpit. Oh, don't forget to put your little guy in there. There's a little slot here for his legs, so you know he has to lay down a little bit to fit in here. So lay him down, taking a nap. Okay. His arms tuck in. So you do this, if you know the Seekers from Earthrise, they kind of fold in, and you fold the hands back, and they kind of compartmentalize into there. Yeah, I'll learn to speak eventually. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You can't blame me. Okay, so same thing here. Repeat. Fold in wrist. Put the arm down. Voila. And then, of course, you can slide them into place. And this nice peg there. And then, of course, you can put the wheels down. That way they're in position. It looks pretty good so far. Nice drill piece. I wish he spun, but what you gonna do? It bothers me a little bit. They have waffles, but if they could spin, they wouldn't be waffled. So I feel like I'm saying waffles too much. Anyway, open up the legs, fold in the feet. They do this. This is what they look like in the front. The legs, you kind of have to slide them in a bit. And before I do that, I should probably flip it 180 because that'll make more sense. Anyway, fold them in. Fold them in. They attach at 2 points, and if you do it right, it looks like this. But I did not do it right. I was supposed to, hold on. It was like, oh no, it would work too well. I think there's something off on mine because it's always crooked here. Even the waist is a little bit crooked, and there seems to be nothing I can do with it. But it doesn't really stop its functionality. Anyway, these dudes plug into these 5mm ports on the tread, and you make it look like this. It makes it very much buffer. Yeah, I'm going to be picky about this. Yeah, anyway, here's what it looks like underneath. It's actually pretty clean. You could tell there's a robot in here, but otherwise, it is pretty nifty. I wish I had the original, though. I mean, come on. It looks like boosters on the back. So when we get back, we'll compare him to his leader, Impactor. And here they are transformed. They roll pretty good. They're both on casters. There's 4 on both of them. And top spin looks a lot beefier, but mass-wise, I don't know. He might actually even be heavier. That's just a job for Gop out there to judge. But he's a big guy. He looks like he could challenge Impactor for leadership. I think overall it's a pretty freaking good design. Again, I really wish I would have gotten the original, but you know what? This is good. And hopefully the other Assault Man version with the Diaclone color topspin comes out, because I mean Twin Twist is nice and all, but yeah, definitely would not hate that, or even Misfire. I was annoyed when I missed my chance at getting the previous Twin Twist from the store. The secondary marketplace has it priced around 100 USD for the Prime Wars version. Hopefully there will be a new release of Topspin or even Misfire that would make me really happy. With that said, tell me in the comments what you thought about this action figure. Did you get it, and what did you think about it? Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.